Hello, hello. Our player needs a few more new things. A few new tricks or stuff. This box is the wrong size. Is it? Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Okay. So, the thing that needs to happen for the player is that it's gonna need to be. I think I want double jumping and dashing and a few other things that I've highlighted in this thing. Walk, jump, dash. We don't have double jump, but I should put that in there. Was that a bad idea? What I just did? It's just like a frame of analytics. There's no information, just the channel information on YouTube, which is fine. Okay. So jump takes in the right thing. We just need to change the function um, for double jumping in a way. Well, no, I don't need to because the player just needs his script to be done differently. Close all these extra tabs from close all player script. Okay. And then I think jump velocity x is going to be the same as move speed. But there is the possibility that we would want it to be an x component and a y component. I'll leave them be the same for jumping. I think walk speeds would find that more important. If you can walk faster than they can jump backwards, that would be more important. Gravity fine, collision shape, jump component. Already jump vector. Should it be a jump vector? Should this be the case, or should it be do it manually? I'm gonna do it manually. Okay. Let's add a boolean var var bool no, var has underscore double jump. Is has double jump or can double jump? And can I put a question mark here? No. Okay. And jump. Since I'm adding more jump stuff, I'm going to make a function for jump handler. If you're on the floor, then a value of 10 double jump equals true. Positive and double jump, and I'm gonna make this move speed times input direction, and then copy and paste this over here. Call the function. Sure everything exists. And now we can test this in the testing room. See if our player can. I've disabled those buttons, I think. Yep. Okay, so okay, that's not good. Okay, it should be a set in that case for that. Can we have jump being plus equals? They should be similar jumps for forward jump, back jump, stand up jump. Okay, let me take a look at the double jump for the game. Uh, yeah, progress probably. That's interesting. Let me check Nine the Phantom because I think she has different air options. Where are your normal moves? Universal moves? Round. One more enhancement move now, deeply. Skills. Normal moves. Overview. Where is your... Where's the line dash? This is a different game. Only this one wiki. Do I want double jump and dash, or do I want double jump or dash? That's a question I should answer. What would I want? If we give both, it gives way more complexity to the movement. If we give them only one of the two, it gives them a little bit of complexity, but not too much that, let's do one. And we'll just change the player script to be can air action. Um, okay, should jump be a set? Probably. That probably does what I need it to. Wrong buttons. So that's gonna mean at the end that you can spin it, which is not what we want. And then This is where it should be false. Because you just use the air action. So you can double jump, but you can't triple jump or anything like that. Okay, coyote time. Should that be player, or should that be its own thing? Hmm, well, coyote time is separate from buffering, sorry. My brain is thinking in both of those. So coyote time requires a timer of some sort to allow the player to jump off of a ledge, even if they're a little late. So over here, if I walk straight off this, I can't. Why could I jump there? Wait, no, I couldn't double jump. I hit air action. So what that would require is this having a bracket here, and then for coyote, coyote time. So we just need to define the coyote time stuff. So let's go below. If you got any ideas on this, I'm gonna be happy if you tell me how to make this cleaner. This thing function is ugly, but it does what I need it to do. So there is that. Just I don't like that it's setting 6 variables. Okay. For coyote timer time. I don't know how to spell the word coyote. Okay. It's going to be a float. And this has to be a timer. This I want to be a constant, so terrible. Seconds. Okay, we have the coyote timer. There's a timer down. Yes. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. I don't actually see this in the place. This coyote timer got start. Um, so if it's on the floor, the coyote timer start length, which is not where we want this. If not is on floor, so I have not doing a staging piece. So let me just if they're on the floor, else the coyote timer starts. So if they're on the floor, they can do an interaction later. Else the coyote timer starts. So then if they jump and the coyote time and they're on the floor, or they are not on the floor and they're just in the air slightly, they can jump and still double jump. So we just go and test that. Call that the start on a null value. Excuse me? It's set. And if I check the thing, I think I'll find the timer is just not existent. There's no, I don't think it matters there. Yep. Hey, what are these errors? What the hell? Yeah, let's run that again and actually see what the errors come from. Okay, so it's just not saying the coyote timer exists or something. Alright, I'll add an actual timer. And coyote timer sleep at coyote timer. Right, export. I don't like that. Okay, let's go to the player and just add a timer. Let's try to make things work first before we start complaining about things not working. So that makes it feel more responsive, even if they're off. They still have the feeling of jumping on time. I gotta definitely play more fighting games with double jumps and dashes to get a better feel for if this feels right. Okay, that's coyote time. What else did I say I wanted to add? Check the stream title. Um, coyote time, double jump. Put the comma on the wrong spot. That's just hilarious. Fix that comma. Okay. U1 viewer. Yep. So I think that's like the basic entity with a few extra components to be player-like. Frame data manager is here for attacks and stuff. So we can run, we can jump. Wait, no, we can't run. We can walk, we can jump. We can jump with coyote time, which comes into the thing about next buffering jumps, because those matter too as well. And then that comes into the part where it's the full buffering input system, which is going to be its own can of worms, because people who play classic controls are not going to like when their buttons can't be buffered. For fighting game, what else is there? There's attacks. I need to figure out attacks, and attacks are going to come through the frame data manager that has the hitbox and hurt boxes. The player is going to call attacks. Let me make an export category that is just a bunch of attack names. Um, should it be just a bunch of attack names, or should I just make a universal attacks thing? Okay. How do I want to build the attack system? We got the frame data manager, which is like a component of the full set of attacks. But then there's all the other things that could be an attack. So you got standing attacks, crouching attacks, directional input attacks. If we want to be 4 buttons and have special inputs on those 4 buttons, we got to have some simple stuff. Oh, great, there's a hole in my sock. That's another thing I need to fix at some point. With sewing. Okay, so for a full attack, we need to figure out what our attacks are, which I have buttons for. We give them shapes and stuff. Um, let's go to the whiteboard and define some universal attacks. So things that everybody's got to have at least at minimum. An overhead low, a very fast close and attack with same frame data for all characters. That's it. Okay. Fast jab. I guess. Okay, so we got an overhead, a low, fast jab. A sweep. That's something that everybody's gonna need. Okay, I also understand one thing that I can do right now. It's probably a little bit faster. So let's build a function for the attack manager. Attack manager, which should be probably its own component, really. And it's going to be a Node2D. So Node2D rename attack manager. This is going to need a script. I must have my universal naming template node. Node attack manager create. This is probably gonna be a child of it, and this is gonna be a child of the folder. Script extends node 2D. Last name. Let's find that. Last name. This is probably gonna be a tool script. Which also means I'm gonna need to copy this stuff. Maybe do everything. Data manager. Fixed name says a sort featured, so I might need that. Nope, it doesn't. Never mind. Okay. Give it a second. I don't use variable. Back data manager. This to jab. In this, I want to have add 4 frames. Fix the names. This frame will have a hurt box. The second, well, actually, let's just do 3 frames for now. Go to 2D, add a hurt box, both of which need shapes. This one, add hurt box. So let's take this simply. On frame 1, we've got a hurt box that we want to see. Okay, it's very purple. Put it there. On the next frame, we want to, this 6 names but doesn't have the additional. Stop heading for a second, but show one, 6 names. Okay. Let's hide the frame here. Add that. And this one, the hurt box. Show. This needs to be deleted. So, are there transparencies? Red ones on top, so if I move one over the other, is it the color gonna change? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it changes the player's main. I think it's airborne. The box color. 2 more greenish blue tint. In fact, nothing I'm using them. So art box. I should change the color of these things. Wait a bit. Focus. So first off, let's overlap them so we can see what we want to happen when it comes to visibility. So modulate, let's take that low. Red box, visibility, modulate, low. Change the color that I want there. Should the color be different? Should it be oh, like bright? This is the hurt box, so bright blue. I want dark blue. And red. The hurt box makes sense. But how bright do we want it? Hmm. All the colors are set in script, which is a problem. Box, red box. Red box script is the same essentially. Oh, dark blue. Let's go jab. Here comes. Add 3 frames. 6 frames, I know I had 3 frames. Add a hurt box. Go to 2D. Add and show. I can get that. Okay. There's a hurt box. To hide this. Show me frame 2. Add hitbox and hitbox. Add hitbox. Add too many. Like this. Yep. Okay. Maybe just flip so I can figure out if this is changeable. Red, green, blue, alpha, and 255. So color 8. Change the color constructed from optional alpha A to changes each divided by that for first final value. Everything has a 1 at the end, which I don't like. So, red, 255, the rest are 0, and this should be 100. Okay. So that fixes this thing. Let's go to this to get the color right here. Let's change it from red, RGB 5. Let's add one here. Go here. Disability. Utility. Show. It at least shows overlap, so I'm good with that. Okay. Clear frames. So the colors are now working. Check that the scripts are all saved. Okay, just save. Go back to the player. Now we can actually finally add jab, hopefully. Okay. Hurtbox. Hitbox, hurtbox. Hurtbox. Testing. Hmm. Okay. Show an ad. You have this hurtbox. That's frame 2. Love that. Okay. Fix names. Add these. Hide this. is it this color? Maybe 100 is too low. 75. Should I add it? I've been changing it so much that I might as well add a fixed debug color button. Let's save me in the future if I feel like changing colors for stuff. Yeah, snakes and all of it is. of the player likes these name colors. Why doesn't show? This one is. That's showing the stuff. Where's the red one? Such a terrible color. Why is it such a terrible color? My gosh. What the hell? Why is it black? Why is it black when it's enabled, but disabled it's red? What? I don't. Maybe that's why it was depot color, not modulate. Okay. Yeah, yeah. think it's one of the problems because this thing's been modulated already. Well, that's why this thing is not showing well. Okay. Show on this. Why is that the case when I have specifically decided to fix the debug color? I made the wrong check. That's probably one. Mm-hmm. Mm. I don't know if I've done this in a good way, but I've done it in a way where I can add hitboxes and hurt boxes separately, which allows for detached hitboxes. I don't know if every frame. I don't know if I like it being every frame. So jab is frame data manager. So the attack data manager has an attack button add, which should add an attack, which would just add a frame data manager. It's not. I think this isn't seeming to be the problem. I okay, the tool script is just not working. Okay, there we go. No, no, it was just fixed now. Okay, so we got the attack manager that will hold all the attacks. Jab, which is just going to be a basic attack. Okay, now then, how will I be assigning an attack to attack manager? Do I just assign what is jab, what is what is thing? Or does each attack connect in a different way? I don't know. But what I do know is the attack manager should be able to make a frame data manager flip direction, which comes down to this, the collision shapes. This is transformed there. So the attack data manager has to grab every single attack's hurt box and hit box, and then make it flip left or right. That doesn't feel like it should be that way. Open documentation for node 2D. So at least when we do this, I need to clarify that we don't want to flip all the attacks. We want to flip the attack we're doing maybe one frame in advance. Or even the same frame. Then maybe that matters. Not much. So the attack manager, or the player would probably take an attack manager, and then the attack manager should take in an input function. So the attack manager should take in func attack eight. This will take in a string. I think. Or something is like input. Of these would be attack button, which would probably have a match. If we put in a desired attack and then that desired attack was fine. I don't know what should be done for sure. At least. What I do know is I need to end stream to go to sleep.